Hello, my name is Amir Ali Hariri Sood. Today we are discussing two important topics, chi-square and linear regression. Let's get started. Question 1. We begin by examining a question about the proportions of where films are produced. The old study suggested specific projections for the United States, Canada, Europe, and elsewhere. Hypothesis setup. The null hypothesis states that the proportions are still the same as the old study, 25% for the United States, 35% for Canada, 30% for Europe, and 10% for elsewhere. The alternative hypothesis states that the proportions are not as stated in the old study. Expected frequencies. Using a total sample of 460 films, we calculate the expected number for each category based on the old percentage. The United States expected count is 115, Canada expected count is 161, Europe's is 138, and elsewhere is 46. Test statistics and critical values. We use the chi-square test. The calculated chi-square test value is approximately 32.23. With 3 degrees of freedom and a level of significance of 0.10, the critical value is approximately 6.251. Conclusion. Since the test value is much greater than the critical value, we reject the null hypothesis. There is enough evidence to conclude that the proportions of film locations have changed from the old study. Question 2. Next, we look at the relationship between the average time spent on hobbies and a person's reported mood. Correlation coefficient. We first compute the correlation coefficients to measure the strength and the direction of the linear relationship. The calculated value is approximately 0.997. This indicates a very strong positive relationship. Hypothesis test for significance. We conduct a hypothesis test to see if this correlation is strategically significant. The null hypothesis is there is no linear correlation. The alternative hypothesis is there is a linear correlation. The calculated t statistics is approximately 24.94. The critical value for the test at a level of significance of 0.20 with 4 degrees of freedom is approximately 1.533. Since the t statistics is greater than the critical value, we reject the null hypothesis, confirming that the correlation is significant. Registration lane. We find the registration lane to predict the mood from hobby time. The equation is mood equals 1.386 plus 0.186 times hobby time. Prediction. Using this equation, we predict the mood level for someone with 35 minutes of daily hobby time. The predicted mood is approximately 7.9. Thank you.